That's just for the product. For $100 weekly food hamper, $100 weekly living expenses, $100 survival equipment. Just in an emergency example, is for 10 billion people. Remember, the world population is 6.5 billion people. This sum and formula is for 10 billion, so I've gone way over the estimated population figure and done a safe zone figure for 10 billion people. It's 3,000 billion a week. In 100 years, the mathematics will still be correct. It will still be 3,000 billion a week. In 1,000 years from now, we are in 2013. From 1,000 years from now, the mathematics will still be correct. It will still be 3,000 billion a week. In 1 billion trillion light years from now, the mathematics will still be correct. It will still be 3,000 billion a week. This, I have 8 folders, which is going to be condensed into a book. This piece of paper here, which I just, I put down the total. This piece of paper, 4 inches by 5 inches. I've made backup copy DVDs. This piece of paper, which is no bigger than your hand, has the financial survival sum and mathematics for the future survival of mankind, for the future survival of the human race, for the future survival of you and me. Anything is possible. There's 5 minutes remaining on this. This is the equivalent of an unclimbed Everest. I am standing on the unclimbed Everest of mathematics, and I am waving a world flag saying, hello, I am Herbert Hexon. I am a mathematician who designed an international security corporation as well as many other companies that I won't go into. And I'm a mathematician who has designed a survival sum and formula for the future survival of the human race. In many years from now, I'll hire a manageress when I'm hopefully sitting by the coast, staring at the sea, watching the same river that I stared at in the city pass me by, having someone, front this company, boy next door style, grown up nice person in blue shirt and cream trousers type of thing, to do adverts for this corporation. But this company, this corporation, is going to do great work. This is a mathematical sum and formula for the survival of the human race. This is 3,000 billion a week. That is the mathematics. There's 4 minutes remaining on this. The survival for 10 billion people, right? For 10 billion people, the survival sum and formula is 3,000 billion a week. That is the survival for the future of the human race, for the future survival of mankind, for the future survival of the human race, and for the future survival of mankind. The financial sum is 3,000 billion a week. For 1 weekly food hampers, 1 weekly living emergency accommodation at $100 a week. That's very cheap, basic. I had to do a really basic survival sum, yeah? So I used $100 for 100 weekly food hamper that one person could survive on, $100 emergency accommodation, water, gas, electric, all for $100, and $100 emergency survival equipment, yeah? Sleeping bag, tents, first aid kits, emergency mobile phone, food vouchers, a little bit of money, that type of thing, yeah? Total is $300 per person, yeah, using dollars as an example. Times that by 10 billion people will give you a sum of 3,000 billion. 3,000 billion a week, 52 weeks a year, for the next 100 years, for the next 1,000 years, for the next 1 trillion years. I've done it. There's 2 minutes remaining on this. This is the Everest of mathematics. This is me standing at the top of the mountain of Everest in the world of mathematics saying, hello, I've done it. an unclimbed Everest. That's just to put an example in the scope of this. This piece of paper is the equivalent of over 100 Nobel Prizes for mathematics. This piece of paper is the total sum and formula for the future survival, a survival plan for the future survival of the human race, for the future survival of mankind. I'm a mathematician. This piece of paper in my hand, which is no bigger than your hand, is the sum and formula for the future survival of the human race. The future survival of the human race, just for the product alone, excluding manufacturing costs and transportation costs, is 3,000 billion a week for 10 billion people. That is the equivalent of 100 or 1,000 Nobel Peace Prize, 1,000 Nobel Prizes. That is the equivalent of 1,000 Everests in the world of mathematics. That is the future formula in mathematics for the future survival of the human race. For the future survival of the human race for infinity of time. I've done it. That is the sum and formula for 10 billion people. 3,000 billion a week is the survival sum and formula for 10 billion people. $3,000 billion a week is the survival sum and formula for 10 billion people. That will be correct in 1,000 years, in 1 million years, in 1 billion years. It will still be correct. Infinity of years. I'm Herbert Hexon, a mathematician for ZXI. Thank you very much. Stay positive, never give up. Thank you. That is the survival of the human race. The mathematics. It's part of a book called Project IQ. Thank you very much. Herbert Hexon, mathematician. Thank you. ZXI, Herbert Hexon, mathematician, 2013. Thank you.